we could talk about the owner's perspective, or even put on your old hat, your GC hat there. But Richard, how about yourself? I know you told some stories in the pre-planning here that were pretty funny about moving accommodations through a job, but what are some of the things that you've seen in the past that are often overlooked and can really bite you in the end?
Yeah, well, all the things that Tyler and Brent just talked about are certainly things that we've seen lots of. I mean, in a way, if you think about it as an industry, it's kind of crazy, right? That you could have just read off the change order log from, I don't know how many projects where we experienced the exact same issue. And so for sure, we can do better on that front. Maybe I'll just speak about a couple examples that are more near and dear to some of the work that we do. And the first would be, we do a lot of work adjacent to existing malls, and they have operating retail tenants. And so there's a number of challenges with what we call the enabling works, the work that we have to do to the existing buildings and services to enable construction to start. It's critical path work, but often it gets overlooked because it's not part of the main project. It's sort of over there, and they'll figure that out in the field, right? And unfortunately, it's not, and it's yeah. So the pre-planning of site logistics, I think, is the takeaway from that. To execute enabling works is so important to really map out the sort of step by step. It's very sequential work, and so it needs to be mapped out step by step to permit the selective demolition to happen, to layer in when do services get relocated and how are they suspended, to enable excavation to happen, and all it's in doing that, trying to make sure that the place is safe for the public and for construction access, et cetera. So that's one area where we've seen some challenges on multiple projects. And then the second would be sort of the overall site phasing. So this is more thinking about how we phase a site early on, like early stages in planning. In other words, which tower should be residential rental, and which should be market residential, and where should the amenity be located, and how do we phase it for sequential or phased occupancies, and things that don't really seem like a construction question, but for sure constructability input matters to those in terms of which ones get turned on sooner. And those are the two that come to mind.